Hi, this is Dr. Robinson, and I have a short presentation to welcome you to my class. First, I want to introduce a little bit about myself. I'm a doctoral graduate from Liberty University. My degree is specifically in online education methods and mathematics. So I have the graduate level hours in mathematics blended with an understanding of curriculum and instruction. That's a little bit of a unique recipe that was created to help me better understand the online experience and how to work in that space to increase students' confidence and ability in math. I have my master's degree in math education from the University of New Orleans, a bachelor's from the University of Tennessee. I've been teaching online for over 12 years. It's a little bit fuzzy, probably closer to 14 at this point. I'm also a business owner, so I own Learning Architect Specialist, and we do a lot of consulting work in the education field, but we also do some statistics work as we look at data analysis and big data. So therefore, I also have the label of a mathematician because I do spend some time in that space. Who am I as a person? I'm a mother of 3 kids, so you'll frequently hear me referencing my 3 kids in different announcements or different weekend wrap-ups. And I'm a very curious person, so I've done a lot of different things, and I have a really wide variety of interests. I'm an avid reader, so I read probably 1 to 2 books a week because I like to spend the last hour of my day relaxing and reading. We're huge Harry Potter fans. We've been to Universal several times, specifically to go to the Harry Potter side, and we're Disney Cruise obsessed, and you can also see our Game of Thrones reference on our vacation picture from this past year. Yes, I managed to somehow get a 15-year-old to match t-shirts with the rest of us when we take our Disney cruises. So that's the picture of my whole family. Then there's my 3 kids in Cozumel, and then my middle child is my very, very talented dancer. My 15-year-old is very talented swimmer. He's also a child actor. And my youngest, who is 7, is very gifted in the visual arts. So my husband, who is an industrial worker by trade, but a musician and a very gifted musician by hobby, you put his brain together with a math brain, and we got 3 children that are very, very talented in the arts. Unfortunately, none of them want to grow up to be a mathematician, but they have some really interesting brains that think a little bit outside of the box with the creative side as well as the logic side. So what to expect in my class? Expect to interact with me. This is not a correspondence course. This is not a course that you're on your journey by yourself. I'm here to help you, and I'm going to interact with you through multiple methods of announcements and videos and emails. So be sure that you're ready to ask any questions you might have and to work as a class, because when we're successful at forming an online community, that's when learning happens. That's the magic recipe to getting the most from your course, is when you form that community and we all work together towards a common goal. As I mentioned before, you're going to see videos from me. It's really important to watch those videos because it's not just me showing a PowerPoint. I also give a lot of tips and tricks, and I will point out things that might be in the math lab or in different assignments that I want you to be aware of. There's a lot of rich resources. You're going to find that I post a lot of different things where you can watch a video or maybe practice things. I'll reference free online calculators. So just make sure that you're checking in with those announcements and those videos that I post. And expect to have a growth mindset. No matter how old we are, we're on a journey. And it's important that we face every day with the opportunity of how can I grow as a person? You may not ever become a mathematician, but you might be able to grow in your critical thinking skills, problem solving, or even just showing yourself that you could do something that you might have thought was impossible. So attack every day with that growth mindset. How to contact Dr. Robinson. I prefer that all communication goes through a course whenever possible. So this means to use the native course features to send me a message if at all possible. I do have alerts on my phone, so when that happens, it does come through to me on my phone just like an email would, but it makes it a lot simpler if I have one place that I can look for all the communication with certain students, especially as I'm grading. If it's a concept-related question, definitely feel comfortable to post that into any of our question forums, because there's probably other people that have a similar question, or someone may have already asked your question. If you have a question about grading specifically, that needs to be done in an email format or in a private course message directly to me, and that's just to protect your privacy. I am on Central Time, so that can be somewhat different from the school times, and I just appreciate if you would keep that in mind. I'm certainly not going to message you at 7 a.m. my time if you're in California. So kind of keep the same thing in mind with me. We are pretty early to bed, and we are early risers, but if you keep the correspondence to the course, I have my phone on Do Not Disturb so that it will not have communication come through at a late hour. In my office hours, you can view within the course. I do have hours that I make myself available via phone to my students, or you can just send an email and say, hey, can we talk? Please note that I do not text. That's really strange in this time and a place for our world, but it's very difficult for me to go back and wrap my head around what was texted to different students, and it becomes very hard to manage that communication. So I really like having the email. So if you're going to text me something that's short, send an email, post it in the course messaging system. That way I can reference it if I have to follow up with you in a day or two, or if I want to refer back to it when I'm grading. There are multiple MyMathLab tools that you can utilize in this course. You can use Ask Your Instructor, which sends me an immediate email with the exact question, numbers, and all that you experienced. When you do this, I just ask that you give me a hint on, have you actually tried anything? Are you not sure where to even start? Did you work it and get it wrong? So I'm looking for you to give me a little bit of context so I can help you in the best manner possible. You can also use Help Me Solve This. This is a step-by-step feature which allows you to solve a math problem with the computer as if they were a tutor. This is a fantastic feature if you don't know how to start a problem, or if there's a step you might have missed and you're getting a wrong answer. There's also an e-text available in the lab. It's not something that I require you to read. A lot of times I cover everything on the text in my lecture videos, but it is there and it is available. So I hope you're ready to go on this next journey with us over the next couple of weeks in mathematics. Let's commit to communicate, commit to participate, and commit to manage our time to have the best experience possible over the next few weeks.